Okay. On. Let's get right to it. I'm catching a lot of flack on my Facebook page because I simply stated most men, the majority of men, do not desire a woman, their wife or girlfriend, to weigh as much as they do or more. It's a natural thing, it's innate, it's a mammal thing all across the board. It's nothing different. I got dogged out for that. I got dogged out, called all kind of names for stating something that is true to men. It's true for us. That is the truth for us. So now I'm past that. I'm on to different things. When I post stuff about men and going at men, women usually don't respond because it's the norm. The norm is to talk about men, blame men for everything. So when I post something about men and I'm going and the men are on the hot seat, I don't get too many responses. But when I post something about women, black women in particular, because I'm a black man, never dated outside my race, only love black women. When I post something about women, I get all kind of insults and you don't love your mother and this and this and that. And I don't understand it because as far as I know, single women keep women single. Our women aren't teaching the young girls what they're supposed to have as far as tools to be progressive in the dating arena because the 35 and up women are competing with the same men that the 25 and up women desire. So of course they're not going to teach the younger women what they should know about how to be better wives, how to be better constituents or um, possible candidates for weddings and marriages because they're in competition with those girls for the same kinds of men, same realm of men. It's ridiculous, it's a shame, but it's the truth. That's why most men have to go in and take the kids from women when they get to be teenagers because women also always dealing with emotional aspects of life and what should be fair and what should be instead of reality and what is. Men deal with logic and critical thinking. We think logically and critically when it comes to thinking. Women think with emotions. So your feelings are always why you're making these particular decisions. Now, it doesn't mean all, but a majority of women, that's how you function. That's why 72% of all people in prison were raised in a single mother parent home. That says a lot. First thing they'll say is, well, the man wasn't there, the men weren't there. No, the men come and take their kids from the women because they have to instill in them the things that they'll need for the future. The lack of the presence of that man is exactly why prison becomes the gateway to their future. So I said all this to say we have to start teaching these young ladies that sexuality is not your freedom. Sexuality is not how you express freedom. Showing your butt cheeks in public, online, Instagram, OnlyFans, and all that craziness, twerking, showing everybody your sexual, because that's a sexual dance. That's an intimate, sensual dance. Doing that doesn't gain you freedom. Doing that doesn't gain you respect. That's for the guys who all they want from you is sex. So now we go into another topic. Women who confuse any bit of attention they get from men as the same kind of attention they would get from a man who wants to marry them. No, most men will have sex with anything. When men decide to get married and marry a woman and choose a woman to get married, they're very selective, they're very precise, and most women won't get picked for that because of the things that they refuse to learn about men. It's a very simple process. Women don't want to get it. It's okay. 1 in 4 black women every year get married. That's only 24%, 25%. That's because men are choosing not to marry more and more every year to the black woman. They're marrying, but not the black woman. This is important data. It's a lot that I can unpack. I teach the guys. I'm like, listen, fellas, listen. The woman is our backbone where we're in the family structure. We're the leaders. They're our backbone. So the woman you pick represents you and the kind of man you are. So when you pick a woman, make sure you pick one that can represent you in the highest form you feel you are. She represents you. She's a replica of you. No man wants to pick a woman as his wife and she's out in the streets being gullible and whatever with other men. Doesn't make sense. I got plenty of male friends. No, if you have a husband at home or a fiance, that's where your focus should be. Your purpose is that man now. Whether you like it or not, this is the way of the world. So if they're not teaching, they're not being taught this, and the women aren't teaching the young ladies this, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Why do we have to keep, every time there's something that needs to be done with our women who are the bearer of children, they bear children. Very important process. So we have to protect that. Their wombs are very important. They are very necessary for a lot of things: reproduction, life, family, and future. So why can't we talk to the women and talk to the young girls? Because we men know what it's going to take for progression for the future. Why can't we do that without being ridiculed and told, nobody want to do this? What do you bring to the table? If you don't have any money, this and this and that. If women are valuing money more than a man in their life, that is why they end up dying alone with a dog or a cat. It's the way of the world. We didn't just start this. We didn't make this up. Let me make sure my mic is still jumping. We didn't start this. We men, current day men, we didn't just start this. This has been going on for thousands of years. This is how it works. So I said all that to say, let me get back to some stuff over here. Um, what I want to get to is, for future progression, I need the men who want to support changing the youth for the future. I need the women who don't mind teaching the women, the young ladies, future women, to better themselves for a better possibility at being wives, mothers, and queens of their households and kingdoms. Very important information, very important stuff. It may not seem important to you, but the future of the black race is in our hands. You can't leave it up to the white man. We can't leave it up to social media. We can't leave it up to anybody, because they're teaching the women that whoring and being a hoe and OnlyFans is respectful. And it's not, and it never will be. Men will never respect a 304, which is a HOE. Men will never respect that. It has never been done in time. It will never happen in the future. So if you think your high body count should be respected like men when they have a high body count, it will never be the same. It will never happen. So we need that reality to sit well with young ladies so they don't have to go through. We basically, we need women to teach these girls, even after you have sex with this guy or that guy, that feeling you get when it's done and he's putting his clothes on and you're putting your clothes on, that empty feeling that you're feeling because you just did this with somebody who you know doesn't even care about you, could care less. All he wanted was a nut. Now he's about to go his way, you go on yours. That empty feeling, women need to teach young ladies to avoid being in situations where that empty feeling happens. Are they doing it? No, they're not telling them the truth. So I'm author James Rodman, at author James Rodman on Instagram, author James Rodman on Facebook. Go in there and see my topics. I try to add comedy, this and this and that. But when it comes to women, our women are at a 70% obesity rate for black women in the community. When it comes to talking about weight and what men desire, women lose their minds. Women lose their minds. So let's talk about it.